Hello, welcome to the Sound of Science, the place where we deconstruct unscientific bogus and silly scams. Let's go get them. Hello, you wonderful critical thinkers. In the past, I have repeatedly made videos about Pastor Tom Brown from Texas. I've demonstrated repeatedly what an awful human being he is, hating on people who want to start their home church, hating on gay people, and him demanding money all the time from his followers in a rather intimidating way.
You're going to have to sow some money into your church, not just giving money one time or two times or giving it for a year. You can't give up on this. Give your effort, give whatever you have. Anyone who receives instruction in the word must share. Anyone who receives instruction must share. Must share. Anyone.
But this time he was even more of a douchebag, and we really need to address this. As most of you know, the people of Texas have experienced a horrible flooding disaster, and as far as we know now, over 100 people have been killed in this flood. Now, Tom Brown has uploaded a video called My Thoughts on the Texas Flooding. Now, what would a decent human being do? You would send your love and sympathy, and if you're religious, you would send your thoughts and prayers to the people of Texas and wish them strength during these dark hours. But what does Tom Brown do? He exploits this tragedy for his own benefit, and I think it's absolutely disgusting. Let me show you what he did.
People are wondering where God is at with this flood that has wiped out nearly 100 people in central South Texas. You know how Jesus handled tragedies? He used a particular tragedy in his day where a tower of Siloam fell and killed a lot of people.
And the first thing you'll notice is that only 15 seconds into his video, Tom's tithing link pops up. So after 15 seconds, Tom wants you to know, hey, 100 people died in Texas, including children, but send me your money. You call yourself a frickin' bishop. A bloody grifter is what you are. How dare you to ask people for money under these circumstances? You should send these poor people your money. But I guess you first want to pay for the maintenance of your private swimming pool. Even now, during this tragedy, you dare to ask the people for their money. It's a disgrace.
So what does Jesus do? He says, do you think the people at the tower were worse sinners than the people today? He says, no. But you will all perish if you don't repent.
What, you will all perish if you don't repent? This is so disgusting. Tom Brown uses the death of 100 people for his religious propaganda. You better start believing now. Start believing in Jesus, or you will be doomed if you're a victim of a flood like this. Imagine you're a family member of one of the victims, and then Tom Brown tells you, I hope your brother or sister repented before this flood. Otherwise, they're now in hell, you sick fuck. But Tom is not finished yet. It gets worse. So this is what Tom says to the family members of the victims. Believe in Jesus, or something will happen to you that is even worse than losing your family members in this flood. What a total dick.
And ultimately, a great, terrible thing is going to happen, which is the damnation of your soul. That's going to be worse than any tower falling on anyone, worse than any flood that sweeps away anyone.
These people are in mourning because they just lost family members who died in a flood, and then Tom Brown threatens them with even more pain and suffering.
And Jesus is saying, let this be a reminder of your own need to repent and be right before God. Because in the end, you really don't know what day or hour you're going to die.
And then, to add insult to injury, if you look at the description of his video, you can see what hashtags Tom used to promote this video. Judgment, repent, damnation, hell, all suggesting that these poor people had it coming. The specific hashtag, God's judgment, even suggests that these floodings were God's judgment. So Tom is implying that these poor people were sinners who needed to be punished. Tom Brown is one of those very clear examples that shows how the Christian doctrine sometimes turns people into despicable individuals. And I absolutely don't understand why YouTube allows this man to spout this kind of horrible ideas on their platform. This guy is absolutely the worst of the worst. Blech.